Hey everyone, let's do a recap of um, February 26th on gold first. We didn't get this entry we were looking for. I think it was 51.40. Can't remember now. It was 42 or 37. Market immediately started finding support near the bottom of this yellow box and median range, and I would say it was relatively choppy to normal days. And it's a little hard to track, honestly. A little hard. This hourly resistance box was nice, but I just wasn't convinced with how much it was ranging up and down. Obviously, NVDA earnings in US and China tensions had things kind of sporadic. As this box started showing resistance basically the whole session, finally saw that price decide to come down to median range, and it's going to do that eventually. Eventually, one side is going to meet its target. So in the case of at least one, case of the bulls, they hit median range, and then bears had median range, and then they hit their daily. The bears hit their daily target, and then it just recovered back. So to range between median ranges it's not the most ideal day for me. It was actually a no gold trade for me today. Tomorrow, I think we will break out of the range, finding support 51.85. Now, this median range is already above. This is a lower median range. I would definitely TP at this median range because this resistance box right here is very problematic. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see, I want to see price hang out above here and then go just make its climb. But if price decides to break below 62, coming down the wall short, and it could just start really melting. But I think there's going to be one more attempt towards weekly ceiling tomorrow, especially because of the bearishness on NQ and ES, QQQ and SPY. To recap, with NVIDIA earnings was definitely bullish, but the only really bullish momentum we got was from overnight, especially with this big spike after earnings. And then it just died today. We tried ES longs here, small size. It's a really good setup. And then no, it wasn't there. It was a 69.20. That's what it was. It was 69.20 and then 68.79. Yeah, that's right. But the stop was just barely too small. Some people had their stops larger and got this move, so that was nice, but it was definitely an outlier day that for others who were not being aware of market conditions got absolutely smoked. And market definitely punished impatience. So that's why there was a lot of reservation about taking positions, because like constantly. So you didn't hear much from me for taking a ton of longs on the way down. It was really just one and then two. And then I canceled these longs here. For tomorrow, neat little trick. You ask yourself, are the walls above or below the floor and ceiling? So in the case of tomorrow's walls, these little gray boxes, they're below the floor, and this top wall is below the ceiling. Same on NQ. So with that being said, let me clean it up a little bit. There's a lot of single prints from this drop that got left behind. I'm very bearish for tomorrow, but the question is, will that bearish bias play out overnight, or will it play out in RTH? My anticipation is that it plays out in RTH. And then overnight, we get a little pullback, climb, fill single print, come up, and dump in RTH. The question is, though, if the market shows us that bearishness is overnight, and then in RTH we come here, and it just becomes a crazy buying frenzy, then we have to adjust. Because the outlier scenario would be going below that. So yeah, on ES, similar situation. I have an ETH support box, 69.57, being really good. So yeah, that's it. Take some notes. Take some notes on how to manage your bias with how the market is writing its story for the day. This is very important. So take care. Be disciplined. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. All that good stuff.